Oh shit. Hmm. Janus. So, 3,500 films. By no means is that absolutely every single film I've seen, but it's pretty close. I try to log them and keep track as best as I can. But these little milestones recently have more served as time capsules of thought processes and life situations and hello and just moments of where I'm at when they happen. The previous milestone was 3,000 films, and I celebrated that by watching the one Stanley Kubrick film that I had never seen before, which was Barry Lyndon. Hello. And it was a good film, but the milestones are less about the films and more about the time, the moments. And during the 3,000 film one, it was February of 2020, before shit hit the fan, basically. And I had just started on track for getting my first camera, which is the M50. And so I hadn't had a real camera at that point. And here I am at 3,500, and I've had that camera for well over a year now. I haven't done a whole lot with it. A little bit of my fault. But yeah. I had also at that point no, I did that later. I was thinking of something else. But yeah, year and a half, 500 films, roughly, one a day. That's not too bad. So maybe the next time it'll be, a year and a half, so it'll be around, I guess, December of 2022, maybe. But yeah, the last milestone, I was thinking that like I would work towards a job as a photographer and do filmmaking on the side with money I earned from that. So after I had gotten my camera, I started like uploading to Instagram and stuff like that, and getting good at editing photos and deciding where I wanted to go with that, and getting a portfolio ready and all that stuff. And that didn't really go anywhere, because obviously the thing that I want to do the most is filmmaking. And I was working 4 and 5 days a week on Instagram and photo related content. And that just was not sustainable, let alone like how different it is than what I want to be doing. So I made a few short films on the side. I didn't upload them. I showed them to my friend, But I just made a couple short films, just practicing stuff, testing things out, getting used to using the camera. And then make sure this is recording. Yeah, it's recording. Oops, I'm going to have to track that and sync that and post. Oh god, that's going to be a bitch. Sorry, future me. But yeah. Where was I? Shit. Oh, I made a couple of short films, but studying like what other filmmakers do on the platform of YouTube and stuff, I was like thinking that I needed to do something else in order to gain like traction, because I don't expect anybody to watch my short films, But I don't know. It's just fucking hellscape of self-doubt and pressure on yourself and bullshit like that. I tried streaming on Twitch. That didn't go too well. Again, another case of putting way too much time on it, and then not having enough time for filmmaking, and again, the stuff that I actually want to do, It was also extremely stressful. Just not a very, I hate using the term, but extroverted. Because with games, it's like, that's a personal thing. And then like streaming it becomes a non-personal thing. And not too fun, And not to mention everything that I streamed, I was forcing myself to make content out of, because it's like everybody says if you're going to grow on a platform, you got to post to other platforms. You got to, post videos and highlights to YouTube and shit like that. That just wasn't fun. Speaking of, one of my videos just surpassed 100 views. Yeah, I should be happy, but I'm kind of not. Because it's a video that, yes, I worked over a month on, and I worked very hard on, but the people seeing that video are going to go to my channel and see that I'm not doing that type of video anymore, and that I seemingly, as of right now, have no intention of making another video. And so the people watching that, some like 60 people, are going to see my channel and be like, oh, okay, I'm not going to subscribe. They only did like a one-off video type of thing. And they're not even watching too far into it. The average person is watching like a minute, which sucks. Because like the first 3 or 4 minutes, which is like almost a 2-hour long video, but like the first couple of minutes are just like trash. They're just jokes and shit. Not to the meat of like what was so much of the work that put into that video, which was the critique and the analysis of the video games. It's my like Steam horror game video, by the way. But yeah, I should be happy, finally getting some traction, but of course I can't let myself ever be happy. I gotta worry about, oh man, like, is that gonna fuck up me in the future? Because like the algorithms, sort of understanding to push that video, and I keep making videos that aren't that video. The algorithm's gonna be like, oh, what the hell? I'm not gonna send this out to people. It's just fucking hell. The whole being subject to the algorithm aspect of it. The only other way of getting people to view your stuff is publicly posting it. And like, besides posting on Twitter when I make a new video, I don't really do that because I feel awkward doing it. It doesn't feel genuine. If I go to Reddit and I just like post on a subreddit and be like, oh, hey, I made a short film. It took me 3 weeks and I nearly pulled out all my hair doing it, and I worked very hard. It'll just get, taken down for self-promotion. It just sucks. But yeah, I've just been, the past month, I guess, I haven't made anything. I got sick, so like I do have a reason for 2.5 of those weeks. I was severely sick and almost went to the hospital because of it, but I try to avoid doing that. I fucking hate hospitals. But yeah, the past week and a half has been crippling. I've been stuck back in my perfectionist ways of self-doubt and self-critique and just being an asshole to everything that I like try to do. Because when you put a lot of work into something, you do want it to be good. But there's an issue with that when like you only have so much work that you can put into something, and then you like overthink every little thing you do, and then nothing ends up getting done, and then you just hate yourself for that. But yeah, I've been gearing myself more towards short films, which are the thing that I want to do, and yet it didn't change my mental state for the better. I mean, I guess it did. I can at least look at the things I'm doing and say, hey, I learned something from that will benefit me in the future. So that's good. I've been focusing on exercising and trying to fix my sleep schedule, as of which it is 12:30 in the morning, and I have to be up at 6:30. But yeah, I've been exercising more, so that's good. Mainly focusing on losing weight, not necessarily building muscle back up. It's difficult. Biggest hurdle is the diet. I'm fucking starving. But yeah, back to what was the topic? 3,500 films. This is more of a halfway to a big milestone thing. So I do still have a film lined up for 4,000. Tarkovsky film. I'm saving his films for special occasions. But for this one, I wanted to pick something from a director that I hadn't seen yet for some reason. So I picked Akira Kurosawa and finally watched Seven Samurai. And not to break movie magic or whatever, but I watched it like a week and a half ago. And it's taken me this long to like finish getting my thoughts on paper about what I wanted to say during this part of the video, of which I am not following the script that I worked in a week and a half on. But yeah, I watched it and then I had to stop and then I had to rewatch it, and then that's when I watched it all the way through, and then I was a bit confused, so I watched it again. It's a decent film. The second time around is when I understood it better. It's about the characters. Everything about Kurosawa I'd seen before was people talking about how great the cinematography is and how the stunts and the action was filmed well, and not to mention like people firing actual fucking arrows. So that's what my brain the first time around was like focusing on. And so you can see where the problem is when Seven Samurai only has action in like the last 45 minutes, I believe. And by the way, it's a 3.5 hour long movie, goddamn. But the second time around is when I kind of paid attention to it better. And knowing that I wouldn't have a ton of like these monstrous action set pieces, and that it was just a movie about a town of farmers, that I enjoyed it. Paid attention to the characters, of which I have a terrible time remembering their names. I think my favorite's Kukichio, who is the kind of like the butt end of the jokes. That guy, I really liked him. He has a lot of fucking character. Fucking love that character. I also like the old samurai, the bald guy from the beginning. He was a cool character. I love the scene where he's testing out the other samurai, and he's like got his disciple like with a fucking bamboo stick sitting to the side, and they're walking through the door. Little moments like that are good. I liked it. I'll probably watch more Kurosawa films soon, because I was really debating between Seven Samurai and Ran, because I really, really, really love what little bit I've seen of Ran, where it's like, I don't know how to put it, like what I thought Seven Samurai was going to be with the cinematography. That's what I remember seeing about Ran, because I've seen a ton of clips used in video essays online. But yeah, just kind of laying here and thinking about what else there is to say. Seems how these are meant to be time capsules. I guess I'll get into the thick of it. Since February 2020, it is now August something. August 15th, maybe. August 16th as I'm recording. So, year and a half. And my situation has not changed. And that sucks. I was trying to make a difference in mostly every aspect of my life. I wanted to like have a little side job where I could, at that time I was thinking of photo shoots and stuff, and I was thinking maybe, like one photo shoot a week, like $100. That'd be an extra 400 a month. That helped. That didn't happen. I also wanted to make a short film every single month. That didn't happen. Wait, no, that's one of my recent ones. When I made the 3,000 film post thing on Letterboxd, I said that I wanted one short film under my belt. And I don't think that I've accomplished that because I've made short films. I've made like 20. But I don't think any of them are cohesive of a narrative, mostly lacking narrative. But I don't think they're good enough for me to say, yes, I've actually made a short film now. So I'm still hoping to change that. Just gotta try, I guess. I also want to get a good demo reel going, but that's actually kind of difficult when you're just doing everything alone. Because you gotta worry about so much other shit. It's like, okay, so I've got to act in the scene. I've got to remember dialogue. I've got to get emotion through. Oh, but also, you got to make sure the camera's set up properly. You got to make sure everything's in focus. You got to make sure the lighting's good. You got to tweak the lighting. You got to tweak the blocking. Also, you got to worry about the audio. You got to make sure the audio is getting picked up properly. And it's just, fuck, man. So many things to juggle. And it'd be so much easier if I could just, like, make my cat act for me. Well, she's too lazy. I guess next time by the 4,000 film mark, I want to reword it. I want one short film that I'm proud of and that means something to me. That sounds good. It's nice and quiet. You probably can't hear it, but I can hear grasshoppers outside, or crickets, or whatever the fuck they are. Mail. But yeah. What else did I want to say? Where's my fucking phone? Let's look at the list real quick and go down it. Simple Note. Been using Simple Note for all this stuff because I can put it on my phone, have it on my computer, have it on my laptop. Easy. It's all easy. I guess I've covered everything. Accidentally. I wanted to talk about the 3,500 films and how it's halfway to a big milestone. I wanted to talk about the previous milestone, about the review and short, about, the pandemic and shit, and then how I haven't left the house since then. Which is true. Which is funny. I haven't left the house since a few days before I posted my 3,000 film review. And what's funny about it is I'm actually leaving the house in the morning. I've got a doctor's appointment, and it's a new doctor. So I will be leaving the house for the first time in over a year and a half, or like a year and a half, basically, in the morning. In 6.5 hours. I gotta leave at like 7:30, 7:45. But yeah, It's funny how life has weird coincidences like that. I also wanted to talk about what the past year and a half has been like, and kind of covered that with how I tried to stream and wanted to make stuff for YouTube, and how I tried to force myself into different little niches that were all so disconnected from filmmaking, so I didn't enjoy them as much, and it took a toll on my mental state. Right now, I guess I'm going to try to keep making short films, work towards having a decent demo reel, and then do more research and studying of other filmmakers on YouTube, because I kind of feel like there's a way to go about it. Because obviously, if you post a short film on YouTube, it's not going to get noticed. It's not. You've got to have like a reason for somebody to click on your stuff. And it's like, I can do behind the scenes, which I've got to try to experiment with and find something that I like. And yeah, I got to work on that. But yeah, no one ever watches these anyways. Let alone does somebody watch, all the way through. Let alone would somebody watch a video of me laying in bed talking and just venting random bullshit. Nobody would want to watch that. But I guess this is just more for me to look back on and hopefully see how far I've come. Hopefully. But yeah. Later.